All right, welcome back to the Muscle Maturity Podcast, episode number 72. I am John Hansen. I'm here with Samir Bannout and Marcus Guerrero, and we are going to talk, guys, about the big guest posing that took place last week in Pittsburgh, and then we got the New York Pro coming up in only a couple more days. So how you guys doing?
Doing good, John. How you doing? How's everything going? Hi, Marcus.
Good.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm awesome. Hope y'all are well.
All right, guys. Well, let's jump into
thing, man. Pumping iron, staying lean and mean.
Every time I leave here, that's what I gotta do. I go straight to the gym. No lie. Get off these.
Yeah, I'm like today I'm experiencing some pain. I didn't train chest for like 5 days. And then yesterday, I thought we were doing a podcast yesterday. And so I was like, went to the gym and I trained in a hurry. I pumped up. This morning, my chest is killing me. That lactic acid kind of from like, I thought, I got to finish my workout quick. So I barely rested between sets. Anyway, what's up for today, John? And no, I'm massaging it.
So let's talk about the Pittsburgh Pro last week, Jim Mannion show that he has every year, and they had a big guest posing. So everybody was there. Hunter Labrada was there. Derek Lunsford, the current Mr. Olympia. Samson was there. Andrew Jacked, Martin Fitzwater. They had a couple of classic guys, Urs and Ramon, and also Nick Walker, who's going to be competing this weekend in a couple more days at the New York Pro after missing the Olympia last year because of his hamstring injury. So let's talk about Derek first. So Derek posed. He looked a lot bigger. To me, it looked like he really brought up his legs. His legs were gigantic. And also his chest looked much better. So it looks like he's really working on his weak points, or what they said was his weak points when he beat Hadi last year. What do you guys think, Samir?
Derek, we always put money on Derek to be like the front runner. I mean, Derek's got a great body. For me personally, I honestly don't think he needs to add any more muscle. I mean, he just needs to focus on getting that 24K quality. And then, honestly, he would be the man to beat. The good thing that impressed me with him, although he's gaining mass, he's maintaining. You could still see his abs and middle, but I can't say the same about some of the guys. Some of those guys, I'm going to put them in a sumo wrestling category, John. So, okay, I'm not against mass, but when the mass comes in without class, you can forget about it. Take me out of this. Yeah, but yes, he does look more massive. Good thing that his middle is not too bad, being in off season. So I'm very impressive, but honestly, I don't think he should be putting on any more muscle. He doesn't need it. What he's like? He's like 5'5", right, John? He's 5'5", 5'6", 5'5".
5'5", 5'6", yeah, probably 5'6". Yeah, I mean, yeah, he looks.
You don't need to be 260. You don't need to be 240. I mean, his physique is so balanced. And comparing to me, the overall physique is there. So when he's sliced to the bone, he'll be unstoppable. Seriously. He'll be unstoppable just to get that onion skin.
Yeah.
But some of those guys didn't impress me, honestly.
I was really impressed with Derek with his waist, how he's still keeping his waist pretty small, and he's still got that great V taper. So, I mean, you think back 20 years ago when Ronnie and Jay used to guest pose, they came out, especially Ronnie had that gut hanging out, but Derek doesn't have that. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Very impressive, honestly. He looks really freaky big, and his middle is not bad at all.
What do you think, Marcus?
Look at that.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed. I was happy that he did bring up. I could see in his side chest, his side shots, you could see the chest came up. The legs were most impressive to me. And I think this guy just has it. And as far as, the quad sweep, the lats, I think it even helps showcase that, the slim waist that he does have. And for him to keep it like this, I mean, when he goes into the vacuum, it's scary how good he looks this off season, and he clearly isn't. He's not even that off season, even though he is. So I think he's being like a great, true, Olympia champion. Like, he's just showcasing that. So I can't wait to see what it looks like. He impressed me. And then another one that impressed me was Andrew Jack. I really liked how Andrew Jack looked as well, but they were probably the two most impressive to me. I mean, the legs, that's what I noticed the most, was Derek's legs.
What do you think with Derek and the size he put on now coming up against Hadi again? It looks like probably, I would say Hadi's still probably going to be his number one competition.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the way he looked at the Arnold Classic. So do you think the improvements Derek's making now is going to put him ahead of Hadi?
Personally, I'm about
I don't think
I do. I think they're close, and I think if he can keep going into it, I'd like to see it. But I mean, Hadi, if that is his, it's his main competition, and Hadi is no joke. He's, and we've only seen him getting better as well. So I can't wholeheartedly put Derek in front of Hadi.
Let me explain to you why Hadi is so far ahead in quality overall. You could see Hadi is always etched in the chest, in the middle. Hadi did bodybuilding for a long time. Hadi have developed the foundation for years. I mean, you could say Derek isn't new to the game compared to Hadi, okay? But then that's why I'm thinking Derek, you don't need to fight fire with gasoline right now. Derek, all I would do if I was in Derek's shoes right now, I would work on being the more ripped guy in the show. When Derek is ripped to the bone, it's safe to say he's the man to beat. That's honestly my opinion. Nobody's beating right now Hadi Chopin with quality. Hadi's middle and chest is super tight. Now, physically, by God, who got the gift? Derek has the best gift. Derek has the gift to kill them all. I hate to say it in that kind of language. He can kill them all. And no, believe me, I don't differentiate between this. I am not against any of the guys competing. But going by what I have learned over the years, harmony and size with quality would be unstoppable. And Derek has all that.
So do you think Hadi's going to beat Derek at the Olympia, Samir?
If they are the same quality, of course Derek would win. If they both have the same quality, Derek would win. But the thing is, Hadi is training hard all years long, and he's having fun. He's enjoying himself. And I mentioned just minutes ago, Hadi trained for about 15 years and competed. Remember when he competed against Flex Lewis? And he was losing to Flex at time, but Hadi is relentless, and he has developed those fibers that takes years to get, those striation. Okay, and even when he's bulked up, he still look good. So for Derek to be Mr. Olympia again, he need to work on quality. That's from my perspective. No disrespect to Hadi. Hadi Romboyd is a great coach. And that's why we saw Derek looking huge and with good midsection. So for my friend Derek, I love Derek. I told him that he would definitely kick ass years ago. And so I would just recommend that he would work on the 24K quality. Then I would vote for him.
Okay. All right, let's talk about Hunter. Now, Hunter, I think he was around 300. 295, 300. He's definitely bulking up, trying to make some improvements, putting on size. So, what'd you think about Hunter's appearance at the show, Samir?
Hunter, he's also trying his best. I personally don't think him and his dad on the same page. It's from this what I guess. I haven't kept up with Lee and Hunter, but I know Hunter is trying to be more massive, which he's already big. When we saw him in Tampa, Was it Tampa, Sean, when we were sitting there in the front
Yeah.
when he won? He won. I think his quality was very impressive, and I was impressed. So for me, Hunter needs to be chiseled, striated in all area. He's big enough too. He's big enough. For a guy his height, he doesn't need to be 300 or 280. He can come in 235, 240, ripped to the bone. I'm talking Munzer rip, Zane's rip, that kind of body. And his physique is beautiful. But now, for that guest posing, I just didn't, even though it's off season, I'm not. I call that sumo bodybuilding. I am not impressed like that.
What do you think, Marcus?
That doesn't impress me.
It's hard to follow up Samir, honestly. I think there's a light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to Hunter. I can see some of the strengths being gained, but I understand. Yeah, he's pretty bulky, and when you got people like Derek who kept their waist, and you got Andrew Jack, Samson Dowda standing right next to him. Urs is up there looking amazing as well. So I get it. He looked a little like out of his realm, but
blocky.
It has me
Just say it, blocky right now.
But I mean, I was impressed Hunter, with his back shots. Like it made me excited to see how he's going to end up coming, in the future. I was excited. The legs look pretty good.
No, I mean Hunter have the body. Hunter have the body, Marcus. Let's be real here. He have the body, but the idea of trying to be too big right now, I don't think this is going to backfire, in my opinion. It's going to backfire. I mean, Derek is huge. Again, whatever. I think there's a difference how they're doing it. Derek is gaining and maintaining good middle. I think Hunter middle have gone a little bit off again. That's why I'm saying Hunter is not on the same page with his dad, because I know his dad is pro balance and harmony and art. So I'm impressed with his size, yes, but he needs to be shredded, not like full and puffed up. I don't like that look.
You think he's going to be able to peak this year, Samir?
I mean, he's going to come in shape, but again, what is he going to land in? 18K quality, 21K quality, and to be on the Mr. Olympia stage, you got to go 24K. Nothing less than that. When you stand next to Hadi Chopin, and Hadi, although Hadi is not the most blessed physique, but Hadi comes in with that aggressive, happy, positive attitude and etched to the bone. Hadi needs to be also more ripped in the back department, by the way. That's why earlier I felt Hadi could have actually taken the Olympia, because his hardness was like clear. It was clearly visible. He was better than all of them. You see, I mean, I don't think that's Hunter's best look right there. That's in Tampa?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at his glute is striated, good hamstring, good calves. We were there. I thought he looked wonderful. And he won, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason why he won. And so this is what I would like to see Hunter doing. Improve, follow up with his dad's posing. If he posed like his father, look at that. They put his fast face. If he posed like his dad and work on that quality, it will secure a much better positioning. He'll be in the winner's circle. I don't think size is going to cut it.
All right, what about Andrew Jacked? So Andrew looks like he hasn't competed since the Olympia, so it's been about 6 months or so, and it looked like he was a lot bigger.
Yeah.
He looked huge. What do you guys think of him? Marcus, let's go to you first. What do you think of Andrew Jack?
And I was the most shocked and impressed with Andrew and Derek. Derek takes the cake for this one, but Andrew had me happy because I've never really seen him this big. I was happy to see him at the Pittsburgh Pro. Like, he looked incredible. Like, the size, I think he brought the package. Like, I've never seen him this big as far as just that, that off-season shape. And with his stature already, his aesthetic, I think it looked incredible. Like, I was happy as hell to see him. You can see some of the improvements. Now, when it turned to the back, I wasn't like, super impressed. I think he needs to change up his side shot a little bit. I don't like how he does the side chest too much. But I think that's just a matter of, how he's posing, not so much the body, because he has a crazy chest, just biceps look amazing. I was excited to see him. I was very shocked and happy to see him off season. First time I've seen him like that on stage with the other guys.
What do you think, Samir?
Okay, first of all, when you talk about Andrew, you got to keep in mind he's like 6'2", right? He's about 6'2".
I think, yeah, at least 6'2", 6'3". 6'2", 6'3", yeah.
Okay. Well, look, even he's bulked up. Look at his middle, still small. I mean, we know off-season is an off-season, but, this is at a different show. Oh, that's doing that guest posing? Yeah, it says, Jim
This was last weekend, yeah.
Look, he has a great V-shape, wide shoulders, and when he is shredded, Lord have mercy, he's very good. And he's going to be like towering over these guys. I mean, with Hunter next to him, he'll look short. Derek will look short. For, Andrew to come in the top 3, he needs to be etched to the bone too. And I could actually advise him to improve his positioning too. Although it's not bad, but it could be better. I mean, when they do the 3/4 back shot, there are certain things they're not doing, like contracting certain muscle when you pose, like from the back. You see, all of them do this both. Nobody flexes the rear delts. Nobody's showing the muscle to flex the right way to pop that back. Okay, so. But he's definitely a force to reckon with. He's just fucking amazing. He's amazing. So it remains to be seen if he gets etched to the bone. I know he's working in Southern California with Chris, right? His coach, Chris.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's at.
I heard he was in Southern California last year. So. Who?
Okay, I don't know where he's at.
Anyway, but look at that.
Lewis, dude.
Yeah, but Marcus, you're right. The guy's got a huge body with great taper. So to come in shredded to match up with Derek and Hadi, it's not going to be walk in the park for anybody. So they're all working hard. To me, you have to come into this battle, to this war, you have to be prepared with quality. At the Olympia, you're going to be ripped to the bone. If not, you won't make it. How much do we talk about Quizzo? He's got everything. He's massive. He comes to the show, is not popping, and boom, he's out of the top, whatever, winner circle. So quality is the key.
Well, it seems like all these guys are all doing the same thing now. They're all bulking up and they're getting super huge. It seems like that's the key. They're all doing the same thing.
Yeah, but some of them are doing it smarter, okay? Like, if you look at the coaching, like guys like Matt Jansen, he's a good coach. And I can tell by what he's doing. I can tell what he's doing by looking at his athlete. I can tell what's Hadi, what Hani Ramboy is doing by looking at his athlete. So Hani is keeping in mind the middle. He's keeping the middle in mind. I mean, look, you have Bumstead, who comes in incredible shape. Hadi, shredded. And Derek looked incredible. I mean, his guys are coming in with, like, smart coaching. So some of those coaches that still follow some of that weird things that we discussed in the past, they stay in full in the middle. And this is the bodybuilding I don't like. And that's why I'm thinking, you got to be with the right coaches. I mean, I heard that Samson is going to Kuwait now. I mean, Samson have the body to win. Listen, Samson have the body to win. What do you think, Marcus? You think Marcus has the body? I mean, Samson have the body?
I don't think so.
Samson have what it takes. That's what I'm saying. But if he does not, get that paper thin skin quality, sorry, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, look, his physique, don't tell me that Hadi have better physique than Samson. Okay,
Yeah.
Hadi has muscularity, but the flow and the beauty of the body, you cannot. Samson is amazing. But if he does not capitalize on that one part, which is called quality, don't think you're going to make it to the winner's circle. Quality is the key at the Olympia. Keeping a tight middle, small. So
what do you think is going to happen when he goes to Kuwait?
I think when you go to Kuwait, I know the coaches over there, they're always like going size.
Size, right.
And exactly. I don't like size at all costs, okay? So
right.
I don't care. I don't care if you, as a medical doctor, sitting there helping you, showing you how to use insulin and GH. It's not the fucking key. It is not the key to quality muscle. The key is with people who's been there, done that for 40 decades, for 4 decades, for 40, 50 years. We know what works in bodybuilding. We know how to get etched to the bone. And if you don't get that, you're not going to win the Olympia. You have to understand electrolyte management and what to take. What to take and when to take it is relevant. And these guys, they are not, I mean, listen, a doctor understands the textbook, but the champion that been there, done that, they understand how to walk the walk in the real world. So this is why I would say guys like Samson, from my perspective, he can win the Olympia. But if he doesn't do all the above that I was talking about, he's going to have a hard time. It's going to be very tough. Unless there's some new coaches in Kuwait that, you know.
I think he doesn't need to focus on size and conditioning. He's already got the size. He's had the size, especially last year.
100,
you know.
100%. I mean, look at Rami was in Kuwait, and Rami did very good. He was massive. He developed a great body, but in Kuwait, he was still missing his peak. There's not enough understanding about electrolyte management, okay? That comes with experience. Sometimes cutting your sodium is the wrong thing to do. And everything has to be done accordingly. What you have done today and yesterday affect what's going to happen tomorrow. What you did now is going to affect you hours later. So all of these things come with experience. And applying the art of bodybuilding is a huge thing that, you know, for all I know some coaches, like say, for example, if Samson went for, like, you know, from what I saw, what's his name? Matt Jensen is doing very good with the athlete. And they were popping, going by Nick Walker. Nick Walker changed his body from looking okay, big, to more quality. You know, so that's why now Nick Walker is getting more respect because he made the necessary adjustment. Samson needs to make the necessary adjustment, which is called quality. Popping. By the way, out of all these, by the way, John, by all the guys that guest posed over the weekend, I thought Martin Fitzwater was really was the sharpest in his middle.
Yeah.
He wasn't the biggest guy, but you know what? You appreciate looking at a wasted body, overall muscular development. He didn't need to be 280 to impress me. You know, I think something happened to Nick Walker that he could have been even a little bit better in the middle. But other than that, all his muscle are shown clearly. Look at his hammy. His lat. I mean, his muscularity looks pretty good, but he must have been stressed out. Sometimes when you're stressed out, your middle can expand a little bit. I would say something had happened because his middle looked a little bit on the wider side. And hopefully
you think he's going to be ready for the New York Pro in a week?
Knowing that his coach is Matt, I think they can make the proper adjustment. And, you know, I think some people say it's visceral fat. I think it's really more bloat, and that fullness in his tummy was probably maybe he had a stressful weekend or whatever it was. Yeah, I'm not happy with his middle right now. I'm not. I mean, I like Nick, and I'm telling you the truth like it is. I don't kiss ass. He has the muscle, but his middle need to be tighter come the show in New York next weekend. It's this
So
weekend,
you
right?
think he's made? Yeah, you think he's made improvements since last year? Because he was looking really good going in the Olympia, and then he tore his hamstring, couldn't do it. So now this is his first real appearance, before he competes again. You think he's improved from last year?
I think his muscle looks really good overall, but the bloat in his tummy could be the could be cause. We were talking before this podcast. I would say stress hormone, which is released by the adrenal cortex, where the body kind of get to tend bloated in the middle. So I don't know if he had a bad week. I mean, I don't like the way that he didn't tan his face. And yes, his middle looked a little bit, but if you look at everything else, his legs, his chest and shoulders and arm, the quality is good. But I'm not happy with the middle right now.
So you think overall, though, he's improved? You think overall he's improved or not improved?
His muscle overall improved, but let's hope he will peak and eliminate that middle puffiness, because the middle puffiness is not going to help him if he showed up like that. You see, look at Martin. Look at Martin middle, and I think Nick he didn't do a proper job. Whatever it was affected his middle. And so, I mean, right there, I'm going for Derek. I mean, I'm going for Martin right there.
You think Martin's going to beat him this weekend?
Hey, don't underestimate Martin. You got to see him on stage with these guys. So if you have a tight middle, and with his flow that he has, plus Martin have a superior presentation. He's very good at showing his body. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how they look next to each other. But Martin Middle, I'm very impressed by his.
Yeah, speaking on like how some of the impressive notes for Martin. I mean, I love his back double, the density he showcases in his back double. I think it's weird how it kind of disappears when it goes to his back lat, but he has one of my favorite back doubles as far as like the up and coming guys.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Martin. I really like the density he has on his back. I don't think he's has Nick's number at the moment. I couldn't say that. I don't think so. But like I said, I do love the package that Martin brings. I think he was clearly the best conditioned on that stage at the Pittsburgh Pro.
Yes.
Easily. That was his. I just can't see him beating Nick.
Yeah, no. Keep in mind,
you think,
Mark. Keep in mind, Marcus. Sorry to cut you, John. He's a little bit depleted here, John. What do you think? I think he's a little bit. Martin is not completely full, John, and therefore he tended to look a tad bit smaller here. But wait until he peak; he's going to pop up and look bigger. So. I agree with you, though, Marcus.
Yeah. You think Nick has improved from last year, Marcus?
That's honestly hard. That's hard for me to say. I think we'll see come New York Pro stage if there's real improvements. I think it's really hard to judge it off of this the week out, just because I know I saw that Matt Jansen said he was like 7 liters in of water, 5-6 meals, yada yada, and obviously excuses, but. I mean, it's a week out. It's not show day. So if, I do think that Nick will take it once it becomes, this coming weekend. I do think that it's going to be a banger when it comes to Martin, the Tonios and things like that. And of course we can't forget Quinton.
Yeah.
But I don't see them taking, having Nick's number yet, honestly.
I think Nick.
You think he's going to improve that much?
I think he'll make the proper adjustment, John. He'll make the adjustment where his middle will be a lot tighter. Yeah, in 1 week. Okay. I mean, honestly, he needs to calm down a little bit. Don't be stressed out as much, and then choose the right menu.
Waist is all water? So Nick's waist is all water? Nick's waist is all water? It's just water?
I would say yes. It's a bloat that is that happened it could happen like that. It happened to me once which is I don't take insulin or anything like that. It happened to me at one contest where I was stressed out and my stomach filled up. Now I'm talking from experience. So, I mean, Nick is a human. If something happened where he was under severe stress, so that could have led to his middle to expand like that. Because I think his overall quality, looking at his shoulders and arm, it does not look blurry. It does not look bad. His middle definitely looked terrible this weekend, last weekend. It did. So let's see. He can make the adjustment. I think it's doable. I think it's doable where he would lose that fluffiness in his tummy. It's just a one-day thing.
Well,
next to Derek and Samson.
It's not just fluffy. I mean, Scott, pull up that part where he comes into the posing, and he comes out and he's posing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Look at that. His stomach right there is wider than his shoulders.
It's true.
That's all water?
It is true. It's visible. There's some bloat in his tummy. Something had happened that caused him to happen overnight. Whatever it is, it's not that visceral fat that he had years ago. I think he just, it's, like, let's say it's a case of constipation or something that happened that led to this kind of fluffiness in his tummy. I would say that because looking at his muscle, I don't think he did anything out of the oxygen.
You don't think you don't think overall he's just trying? You don't think overall he's just trying? For the last 6 months, he's just been trying to put on too much size, and it just blew out his stomach. I mean, look how.
Wait and see, John. Let's wait.
You don't think his waist is right there when he's just standing relaxed?
John, let's see if I'm wrong or you're right. Let's see what he looked like this weekend. From my perspective, because
everybody keeps saying he's going to pull it all together in 1 week. I don't know, man. That looks like more than water to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know anything about insulin or drugs or anything, but that doesn't look right to me.
I think he could fix the damage because he wasn't like that probably a week before. So it just happened in a couple of days. Let's say, I mean, what happened? Let's say if you ate something and that contradict your digestion, and it caused you to have constipation, or the stress, worrying about certain thing that caused you to. Yeah, the stomach is everything. It could happen. It could happen. We'll see on Saturday. I think being coached with this gentleman, being coached with Mark.
He's always been known for hitting his peak every time. I mean, Nick hits his peak every single time. I know it's 1 week out, but I was shocked that he looked like this 1 week out. I thought when I knew he was going to guest pose with all those other guys, and I knew all those other guys were off season, I thought he was going to blow everybody away. And honestly, I almost think Derek almost looks better than him.
Jean, what happened if you took an X-Lax and see what happened the day after? I mean, it's possible, but I'm not 100% sure. But I would blame the cause on something stressful in something that he ate that causes this complication in the middle. I mean, let's see. It's possible. It's possible. And we can tell by Saturday. Let's hope that can be corrected. Because if it's not corrected, he's going to have a hard time winning.
Yeah.
So
I think that one thing I learned.
Well, let's talk about the.
My bad. Just one thing that I learned is because I always think back to this conversation we had a couple weeks prior to where I know John and Samir were both talking about, the overall package on stage and the difference between the 8 mandatories compared to how they look, just the transitioning and all that. So I think we might see something like that come into play to where I can agree with John, especially when you said about Derek winning some of the shots. Like I had Derek winning some of those back shots, even though he's like in the middle of off season to where Nick is a week out. But I just feel like when we look at picture to picture, as far as just, solely the 8 mandatory poses, sadly, what I think Nick might end up taking it to where I feel like how y'all were saying a couple weeks back, it's that overall package to where you got people like Martin or a Tonio who are going to have just a better package on stage as far as when you see them. Quinton, of course, we haven't even touched base on him. You know, they're going to be in the transitions. You're not going to see the stomach flowing over and things of that nature, to where I see, like, I'm looking at it like that. I get why John is saying what he's saying. Like, I do get it. But I think that, you know, the things that are going to be
I mean, I'm just like, I mean, if you look at Nick, okay, Nick doesn't have the best structure for bodybuilding.
Yeah.
He's got short legs. He's got a long torso. But he's added so much muscle over the years. And then, like, I saw him compete in Tampa a couple of years ago when they had the New York Pro in Tampa. And I think that was like his first big win. And I was blown away. I was like, wow, this dude's super impressive. Because even though he doesn't have the smallest waist, he had like these super rock hard, thick abs, and his waist was super tight. He hit every pose like perfect, spot on. I was really impressed with him. I'm like, this is the guy who's really done the best with the genetics and the structure he has, and he looked amazing. Now I see this, and he's 1 week out. He's not 5 months out. He's not 3 months out. He's 1 week out, and that stomach, I mean, you can't deny, man, that is sticking out a lot. And it's not just
I'm with you.
It's not just he's letting it go and it's sticking out in front. It's sticking out to the side. It's like this wide. He didn't have that a couple of years ago. So
I am with you, John.
Maybe it's stress, maybe it's water, but it's a big difference from what he was a couple of years ago. That's all I'm saying.
John, I agree with you totally. But keep in mind, he's under the umbrella of that same coach. Is he doing what he's usually do? This is not going to happen. That could be an accident.
Maybe his physique has changed, though.
I don't know. I mean, looking at that, I'm not approving that look is okay. No. But I would say this is related to something that caused a bloat in his tummy, whether it's stress, cortisol, or something he ate, or bad case of food. Something went wrong. And if it's not going to be repaired, he's not gonna do well unless he fixes that problem. And I think it's fixable.
Well, I guess
if it's not,
we'll have our answer.
Let's hope.
We'll have our answer in a couple of days.
John's going to be able to come back in a week and either spit in our face or he might be.
I like Nick as a bodybuilder.
Yeah,
I hope he can pull it together. It just, I don't know. I mean, everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, no problem. We put it together in the last week." I'm like, that don't look like the same physique. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
John, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You have the right vision for this. But from experience, that one time I had an issue where my stomach got bloated, and I know I don't take insulin or any of that crap, so it's a possibility. But if he went to his old habit, then I'm with you 100%. So could it be, if it's a case of bad thing that happened while he's eating and constipated or whatever, he's heavily bloated in that area. If he doesn't do anything about it, then you win. You're right.
Well, we'll see what happens in a couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, look at I saw this video, some stuff on Quinton. Man, that guy's body is amazing.
Yeah, let's talk about Quinton.
Beautiful. Yes. Oh,
so now these are gym shots, and you got the great lighting, of course. But man, he has added some major mass to his physique, and this guy's got the structure. Yeah. Tiny waist, great calves, great legs. I mean, I'm picking this guy to win the New York Pro. Everybody else is picking Nick, but I'm picking this guy.
But you know what, John? I have to agree with you because look, he's tall, but look at the V, the small waist, the sweep, the diamond calf. I mean, I'm with you. I'd rather look at this kind of physique to be the physique to be awarded. He deserved to be awarded a championship. This is the body that we always strive for. This is what I like. I don't like the sumo bodybuilding. I don't. This is what I like. Look at how pretty that waist is sweep. You know, Jean, I wouldn't doubt it. I think you might be 100% right. Let's see what the judges think. I mean, for me, this is the way it should be. Quinton looks
and these are gym shots, so of course he's gonna look great in the gym with the lighting, he's got the light coming in from the side there, but still, I mean, This guy's always
right.
had a great physique, but now I think
Yeah.
he's taken I think it's been over a year since he's competed, a year and a half, and he's added some major mass. So now on top of that great structure, and he comes in condition, I think he's going to be really, really dangerous.
Oh, he's definitely going to be in the
Quinton.
winner's circle. I mean, look, he's not even having oil on or anything right here, and I'm impressed.
Yeah.
You know, look at the separation and the size and the flow, the shoulder to waist, the ratio of the V he has. This guy is fantastic. He's really good. I think
the weight
he's dangerous.
Yeah.
Totally. Agree.
It'll be if he pulls it off, because everybody's expecting Nick to win this one easily. So it'll definitely be interesting.
Any idea what he weighed, John?
No, I don't know. He's pretty tall, so I don't know.
And you got people like Tonio.
Wait.
Tonio, Beef Stew. I still have Tonio for pro.
I am in favor of this kind of physique, Marcus.
You think Tonio's going to beat Martin, Marcus?
Yeah. If I was picking like a top 5, I would have Tonio in front of Martin. Yeah, but I think they're right by each other. Like for me, the issue is Quinton is a dark horse for me. I don't know. I can agree with you that he can easily place first, but in the same breath, I can see him placing 3rd or 4th. So, but I do have Tonio and Martin neck and neck.
Tonio's got a good body, but again, when you look at Quinton's flow, if you look at his quad connection to his calves, the flow is perfect. The sweep, the small knees and the diamond calves, you got to keep that in mind. Although Tonio is freaky muscular and vascular and all that.
Yeah.
But that's all don't matter when the judge is looking at the whole body. Guys like Quinton, you cannot ignore, man. Guys like Quinton, beautiful physique.
Yeah.
Balanced arms, good rib cage, small waist. I think Quinton is dangerous.
I do too.
Looking at the photo.
If I was making a prediction, I would
Quinton's got the structure. Tonio doesn't have the structure. That's the one thing he's lacking.
That is true, yeah. I would say Quinton's either going to be second 100%. Or 4th. To me personally, if I had to do a prediction, I would have him 2nd or 4th. Obviously, I could see him first, but if I was predicting and my life was on the line, it's either 2nd or 4th that I have him in. And that's just because I feel like Tonio and Martin are very comparable, and I think sometimes in shows we tend to see that. But yeah, I either have him 2nd or 4th.
You think Nick is going to beat Quinton?
Yeah, I do. 100%. Like, not 100%, of course, at all. Like I said, if say John's right and come show day, Nick still looks off, and then the judges are like, okay, no. We can easily see somebody stepping up, and Quinton is definitely the guy. Being the dark horse for me in my book, he's definitely the guy who can pull it off. But, I mean, like I said, if I was a betting man, I can't place anybody in front of Nick right now. Even though what we saw at Pittsburgh Pro, with the stomach, I don't see Nick losing. I don't.
All right, let's pick our top 4.
Wait, Marcus. If Nick showed up with the same medal, you think he'll win?
No, of course not. That's why I said if he shows up how he looks at the Pittsburgh Pro, somebody's beating him, and there's a high chance he could be Quinton.
Yes. All right, let's pick our top 4 then for the New York Pro. You go first, Marcus.
All right, so I got Nick number 1. This is where it's hard because I either want to put Quinton or Tonio in number 2, but I am gonna go. I'm gonna go Quinton number 2, Tonio 3. Martin 4th, Beef Stew 5th.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Beef Stew. Yeah,
that's hard, but that's my top 5: Nick, Quinton, Tonio, Martin, Beef Stew.
What about you, Samir?
I don't know every contestant on stage, but from knowing what's happening, and you know, I think Nick and Martin and Quinton. And then Tonio, those are the top 4. Again, Nick would win if he correct the middle, like we know he was a year ago. If he bring back that quality to his midsection, yeah, he's probably the favorite. But again, Quinton's body is like a gazelle, huge, tiny waist. It's pretty to look at. Martin looks really good too. Martin is wasted. He's got a beautiful arm and a great legs, and he have a total control on his body. He knows how to present himself. So that's why I'm thinking that my top three would be Nick, Quinton, and Martin. And let's see who is going to peak properly. Now you can't really say, oh, Nick for sure or Quinton or Martin. Let's see who is going to come in with that onion skin, with that professional manner and quality and so forth.
So if you had to predict, you think Nick's going to win again?
If there's in here. If what I was saying earlier, that the damage that was done to his middle caused by stress and by eating the whatever he ate, it causes him to bloat. If he doesn't repair that, then no. If he comes in with that middle, like he guest posed in Pittsburgh, I wouldn't put him in the top, not even the top three. So if he repaired it, I think he'll be able to fix it. That's what I predict. What do you think? Let's see what you pick, John.
No, I got Martin. Yeah, I got Martin in fourth. I think Tonio will beat him. I think Tonio will get third, and then I think Nick's going to get second, and Quinton's going to win.
I like it.
Acceptable.
I'm mad about people like Justin Rodriguez, and it's crazy to think that there's a
Quinton has the body.
Yeah,
Quinton has the body. I think Martin is not getting the TLC that I'm thinking about. Martin has got a good flow. He's got a diamond calf. He's got a good flow. He's not the biggest, but if you're always thinking about the Cadillac, you're putting the Cadillac above the Mercedes. I mean, over the Porsche. It's not always size. Okay, here we're thinking, look, okay, Walker, he's gonna come in huge, but not beautiful in the middle. Yeah, Quinton will take him. But again, Martin has overall physique. Let's see what they look like. I mean, how many times we saw Lila Brada was a runner-up in beating many of these guys that outweighed him by 100 pounds. So it's not always size. It's harmony and beauty. So I would say Quinton is the top three. And Nick Walker has to be like the Nick Walker we saw earlier before he got injured. Then he probably would win. Other than that, Quinton is damn impressive. And, I wouldn't doubt that he would win. So that's remain to be seen. We got to see them. The day of the race. We got to see them. So
if let's say Nick's conditioning is a little bit off and he's got a little bit of that stomach bloat, and then Quinton is right on the money, but he's maybe not quite as dense or as thick as Nick, but he's taller, better structure, harder,
and more ripped.
Who wins then? Yeah, more ripped.
Quinton.
Even though Nick's the heavy favorite, and all the judges are that he's a heavy favorite.
Well, I don't like the idea of favoring people ahead of time. Just wait. Let's see them on that day. I mean, look, I was watching basketball, and Minnesota just destroyed Denver in Denver. Okay? And I said, they're going to sweep them. I think Minnesota is going to win it all. And then they came back. They played Minnesota, and Denver beat them twice and then beat them 3 times in a row. So we can't always make an assessment right away. Let's wait and see. I mean, Nick Walker has to go back to the drawing board with his coach and focus on what caused the damages to the middle. And I think they're smart enough to bypass or fix the issue. Let's hope. If it's not visceral fat, if it's just a stomach bloat and shit, it's easy. It's easily fixable, John. If it's just small, let's say, I mean, anybody can have constipation from eating the wrong food or whatever. But when you constipated and you want to eat your 5,000 calorie and a lot of it carb, what's going to happen? It's going to be stored in your tummy because your body is not getting rid of it. So you're going to have the pregnancy look. So let's hope that was the case with Nick. if that could be repaired, then Nick can still be like badass, but I do
Yeah.
love Quinton's body a lot. It's like beautiful body. Yeah.
Okay.
So Martin also have a pretty overall physique. So let's wait and see.
All right, guys. Well, we'll be watching this weekend, and we will come back next week and do our review of the New York Pro. All right, guys.
Sounds good.
Until next week,
Yeah,
I'll see
it
you
was a
then.
pleasure.